Hi, happy Wednesday. I'm just going to have a ramble. I feel a bit naughty because I've called in sick today, but I just could not face it. So I guess I am sick. I'm sick of fucking doing it. No, seriously. So I'm having a bit of aftermath of guilt after the initial sort of joy of like, I don't have to go if I don't want, you know. So I'm going through that. I've had a bit of trouble adjusting to the new work dynamic, and it's showing me loads of different things like about myself and this sort of lack mentality, poverty mindset that I must have carried throughout my whole life, and it's now been shown to me in a different aspect, the master-slave dynamic, because this lady that I'm caring for, she's like super wealthy, and obviously I'm super not, and so it's like, it's strange, plus the fact that she doesn't actually need that much care. So, you know, she's got all the faculties and stuff. She's just broken her hips, but she doesn't need much sort of help doing anything. She's really independent. So it's turned into like carer slash cleaner slash laundry person slash fucking skivvy, really. And it's causing me issues, I've got to be honest. So yeah, so anyway, it was going to be a bit awkward today with like nursery pickups and stuff, and Mark's work, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not going today, but I feel a bit naughty, so whoops. Hey, but self-care, eh? And I really wanted to do a video, and I've just had a few rough days, and I did a video yesterday, quite a long one, but I was umming and ahhing and questioning myself again, and I'm going through this journey, you know, the same as everybody else, and it's strange. It's like, for me, it's almost like nothing else matters. I mean, it does, obviously, you know, my friends and family and people around me, it's like that's what this is for. But the spiritual awakening is everything, opening my heart and repiecing my soul, ascending my consciousness. This is a very real thing. It's a very real journey, and and I've said it a million times, but it does feel like the hero's journey. And you know, I'm going through the stages myself, and I don't really bother with rabbit holes or any of these distractions anymore. And I felt this come in, you know, with the you know, I had all this issue about wanting to keep my channel really private and not promoting myself, or not, you know, sort of exposing myself to different types of people, just sort of keeping integrity and faith in my own being, and knowing that people will come and, you know, I don't know, they'll find my channel the way that I've found others' channels, you know. So, but anyway, and so I realised, or I thought to myself, you know, that this was one of the reasons why I never wanted to do any live streams or shares, and, you know, gain new audiences and stuff, because I'm not here to, or maybe I am, but I don't want to offend people. I don't want to trigger people with my own opinion. And, you know, I found that when I got that sort of influx of new subscribers from doing the video with Paul, which I'm really super grateful for, and again, no trolling, but just being made aware of so many other people's opinions and having comments on my older videos, and, you know, there's always going to be someone who has a different view of things than you, and then it's sort of like, it's poured out in comments, and, you know, sometimes I just can't deal with it, because for me, it's like, I've been down quite a lot of rabbit holes, but I kind of did it all at once, and then sort of pulled myself out of pretty much them all. And it's not to say that it doesn't pique my interest, because it does. Like, life's a mystery. I love looking into things, but I don't have any eggs in any basket. And this has just been the thing that's just kept coming to me for the last couple of weeks. It's like everybody's so tightly holding on to their eggs in the baskets, and for me it's just so obvious that the point is to have no eggs in any basket, you know, in terms of 100% 100% in any one opinion or belief system or structure. You know, obviously reform the ones that work for you and have faith and belief in those ones, whatever that is. But really, all the the rabbit holes and all the weirdness, you know, it's pretty much created by us and perpetuated by us, enforced by us, propagated by us, you know, collectively and individually. And YouTube is a hot tub. It's a hot spot, yeah, for all this. So, you know, over the last couple of weeks, I've just felt more and more guided to just, you know, get off it. It's like I'm not on Facebook and I'm not on Instagram, and I was never a participator in those forms of social media anyway. I posted a couple of pictures of my kids years ago, but I was more of a voyeur and more of a distractor, you know, the sort of mindless scrolling. So I didn't find it too difficult to get rid of those, but my habit of distraction got replaced with YouTube, and it's been in peaks and troughs throughout my time posting videos, because like I've said before, I didn't really watch YouTube only for a few weeks before I started posting, so it's quite distracting sometimes, and the whole psychology of subs and likes and dislikes and people pleasing and opinions and all that, and I don't want it, you know. I don't want it, and I kind of feel like it's like, and I know that's part of it, you know, it's like, yeah, it's just the last video I posted, within about 5 minutes it had got 3 dislikes, and I look back and I thought, yeah, there's a few offensive things I've said, but, you know, nothing, I've probably said more offensive things or stupider things in the past. So I was like, there's people here that, you know, just don't like me, and they want to show me that they don't like me, and it was like, I just felt like, oh, piss off, you know, because I was quite sort of snug as a bug with my own little positive feedback loop. So I'd had this sort of battle with myself. It's like, well, if you have confidence in what you're saying, you know, why are you scared to tell anyone your opinion? And it's just because I can't be doing with it. It's like, yeah. So I was umming and ahhing, did this video yesterday trying not to offend anybody, and I was just thinking to myself, what are you doing, you knobhead? Like, when you had no subscribers, you were so free, you said what you thought, and you would never mean to, you know, I'm talking to myself, I would never mean to upset anybody anyway or cause division. That's the opposite of what I'm here to do, what I'm trying to do. And I feel like what I'm trying to do is like bridge the world somehow. I know it sounds grandiose, but you know, like the metaphysical and the physical. I'm trying to interpret and understand psychologically and spiritually what's going on, and I'm trying to learn my own lessons, rid myself of my own ancestral baggage, my own trauma, my own detrimental traits, my own self-critics, my boundaries that I've put on myself, and it's really nothing to do with any of the bullshit jazz online, you know. It's like I've said a million times before, these are everything here are tools to help us see what we need to learn, and you know, the rest should just be play and laughter and ease. It's all about the way we feel, you know. This is what the spiritual awakening is. It's changing our internal chemistry. It's raising our vibrations, as cheesy as that sounds. And, you know, there's just so much low vibe stuff around at the moment. So many people that really don't seem to be able to pull themselves out of their leg in the race, you know, whichever one it is, whichever camp they're in, whichever eggs they're sat on their basket, you know, whether that's Mandela effect, flat earth, simulation theory, Christians, Jesus, you know, take your pick, MCO catastrophes, mud floods, Tataria, whatever it is. And, you know, everyone's like shouting as loud as they can for everyone to see things the way they do. And I'm just over here like, come on. It's like, I think to not be able to see that we're creating the hype and the sometimes the fragility of the human psyche with our own incredible human imaginations, and how we can shape reality when we gather our consciousness together, you know, collective consciousness, and it happens. And yeah, I've just felt the insidiousness of of YouTube actually in the last few weeks, and I've been like, oh, get myself off. But again, it's just these are little things for me to address. It's like, this is for me to me, note to self, you know, don't dip back into any of these old rabbit holes that you've been in before. And if you do, just always look from above, look with ease and laugh, you know. I don't need to be, sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm really sort of really trying to see everything from everyone else's point of view sometimes. And, you know, it's like, give up the ghost, like focus on yourself. Like, I've got so much I want to say about so many things, and I'll get there, you know, I'll get there slowly, and I'll unfold and open up, and I'll allow myself, you know, just the grace to be able to say what I want to say. But basically, you know, these awakenings, whichever way we get into it, through whichever rabbit hole or whichever crazy experience has made us see beyond the veil, it's for us, it's our chance, you know, to feel better, to rid ourselves of the burdens and the suffering and the pain of the world, you know. Yeah. So I'm always really excited, you know, when I listen to people and I hear that throughout their personal experiences of their own trauma and their own suffering, their own highs and the lows, when they can peel out the wisdom and the grace and the peace within that, and they can deliver it in a neutral way, I'm just like, hallelujah. And I just don't really see much of that around. It's like there's always an agenda, somebody's own steadfast opinion, or, you know, something that just don't quite feel right about the way that narratives are driven, whichever narrative it is. And so, yeah, just last couple of weeks, it's just felt to me like I've just got to find some way of, like, supporting myself to get to this sort of neutral stage where I can understand and understand. People love that word, don't they? But, you know, the sort of filter through the importance of what's been bombarded into my head sometimes, you know. Make it concise, you know, smarten up my videos a bit. You know, I've got a lot of ideas, and I feel like I'm nearly there, but I've had some struggle, and that's why I've had to have a little bit of a break. So yeah, all this bullshit, you know, all these illusions everywhere, and really it's just about how we're taking things, how we're reacting and responding to things. And I think that, like, things are really sort of really weird and trippy, and there's a lot to be enjoyed, I think, in terms of riding with the crazy waves of change and not being scared, not being afraid, not being pulled into those lower vibrations of paranoia and fear and anxiety and just pandemonium that's sort of getting spun up. And, you know, I just feel like it's for us lot to just, you know, look after ourselves, take the time, and don't play into this energetic soup of bullshittery that's around everywhere. Yeah, anyway. Right, happy fucking Wednesday. And if you need to, have a day off sick. Join me. Join me. Fuck's sake, yeah. Right, happy Wednesday. Toodaloos. Thanks for the support. For people who are here for the right reasons. And if you don't like me, just jog on. Stop disliking my shit and making me look more inside. Back off. Speak soon. Bye.